Welcome to this presentation of the vManager security module. In this demonstration, we'll be highlighting all the various features and functionality the security module has to offer. By way of introduction, the security module is where you A. administer users and their access to the system, and B. you can also set up password rules. First, we'll talk about users. You'll see here we have two users. Currently, they have admin access. We're going to go ahead and restrict one of the users to only be able to see certain parts of the application. So we'll click the Edit User link, and here you're going to see the user information, their user ID and password, which is protected. You can change it here. Their current user type, whether they're standard or administrator. Since this is an administrative user, they have access to all modules, all accounts, all cost centers, and third-party invoices. We're going to restrict them. Simply click the standard user radio button, and then you can customize the different areas. First thing you can customize in the data model is module rights. Basically, this tells the system whether or not you want the user to have access to the different modules. We're going to go ahead and check all current and future modules. That way, as new modules are added, the user will automatically have access to it. Now we're going to filter the account rights. Currently, the user has access to all of the accounts. We're going to restrict that to only 3 locations. So to move them over to the other side, we're going to click this button, and that moves them to the available locations. Now they have no access. We'll just go ahead and pick 3 locations, and then click that arrow to move them over there. So now the user has access to these 3 locations. In vManager, you can further filter by cost centers, so you can allow a user only to see certain cost centers. We'll go ahead and do the same thing there. Give them 3 cost centers. And then finally, you can tell the system whether or not the user should have access to third-party invoices, such as wireless invoices. We'll go ahead and check that to say yes. So now this user has the following criteria set up, and when they log in, all dashboards, all modules will only reflect the data displayed here. For example, when they're looking at inventory, they'll only see inventory for these 3 locations. When I click Save, those changes will be made. Now the next thing that this application offers in the security module is the ability to edit password rules. Some of our customers like to enforce strict password rules for their users. So we can do that here by clicking the Edit Password Rules link. You're then brought to this screen that allows you to configure what the password rules are for all of your users. You can set a minimum password length, so you can require, say, 8 characters. You can require at least 1 capital letter, 1 number, and 1 special character. We also allow things such as require non-repeating numbers and non-sequential numbers. And then finally, since you're possibly enforcing password rules after some users have already been set up, you can automatically update existing user passwords. What this means is the next time they'll log in, the user will be forced to change their password to meet these rules. Finally, to add a new user, you simply click the New User link. This is very similar to the Edit User screen. You simply enter their first name and their email address and their phone number and their last name, etc., and give them a user ID and a password, and assign any rights that you would like them to have. Last thing we want to talk about in the security module is the ability to email a user their password. Simply done. You can simply click this link and the user will be emailed their password. You won't see it, but they will. Okay, so that's the vManager security module. Thanks for watching.